I'm gonna rename this one total waves. Then I'm gonna add a max waves, which I'm gonna set to the same length as my array, which is gonna be 10. So if this is larger than the max waves, then we're gonna show a debug error, debug message. Too many waves added. Okay, and then we're gonna skip remaining action. I advise you to put this into most of your functions where you add stuff to arrays and so on, because maybe you'll decide to modify your map half a year from now, or maybe you pick up the project later, so maybe someone else wants to pick up your project later. And yeah, this helps prevent any errors like this. Instead, they will get a rather logical error when they add too many waves, and they will know what's wrong. Too many waves added is my error now. You can even add some more information, like please increase the following parameters. So I can go here and I can add like so. So now if someone adds too many waves, they will know exactly what to do to fix the bug. So if you add too many waves in half a year, you will know, okay, this is what I need to do, and you'll go do it, and you're fine. Instead of getting an array index overflow and having to spend maybe, I don't know, a lot of time trying to figure out where it is and what's going on. So let's look again. Are there any more bugs in this map? I know there is one more. Here we go. You have a lit. One thing you'll notice is that it spawns 10 units of each type. 8 units per row, so it's 10 units here. When I actually set a number, it seems to be spawning 10 of each type. Now this should be a fairly easy bug to iron out, since the default thing in a loop is 10. And when I go into my spawn wave here, I see that it's not pulling out the amount. Not from settings, but from wave data. Wave number that we took in, and then the amount. Then it should spawn the correct number, and let's just test this. And now it's spawning 3 and 5 and so on. Now it's spawning the correct numbers that I set in my trigger. Alright, so it's working. Okay, that should be all the bugs in this map. However, a few things I want you to take from this, even though it might not be so logical. I might have fucked up a bit, but it's kind of hard to make your debugging logical and easy to follow. But there are a few things I want to take from this. First of all, this debug thing is really great. If you have a problem in an array, just print out every single variable. Maybe you want to even do make your own function. So you add a new function. No, not new function, new action. Debug print integer, text integer, and then you do a debug message, combine text multiple, and you put the First one is the text, then maybe a colon and a space, and then you do a convert. Oops, here. Convert integer to text, take the parameter. Alright, and you can copy this one up and then print real, for instance. Just do this for every convert real to text. Just do this for any variables you need to print, and it makes it a lot easier for you to debug print stuff. You just use your own function, debug print integer, and I can type the integer name, so value here, temp wave number, and then I just select the integer temp wave number. Just put it here at the start of the trigger. And if I launch the map, I'll see here, okay, that was in the wrong trigger I put it in now, but temp wave number 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, I just fucked with the wrong trigger. So I'm just gonna undo. I actually removed my too many waves added thing. That was a bit stupid. I meant to do it inside the spawn wave here, where we had the other debug message. Debug print integer. Wave number, and then wave number. The great thing about having this debug stuff is that you can leave this debug printing in after you found your error, or if you want, you can just add these stuff to the thing, and then you can go into your whatever settings you use. You can make a new setting, debug on, boolean debug on false at the moment. Then you go into your print function, and you just surround it with an if then else, like so. Debug on equals true. Okay, and it will only print out this stuff if you have your debugging on. Copied it over, there you go. And now it will only print out if debug is on. So once you found your bug, you can just switch debug to off, and if you should have any new problems, you turn debug on again, and you get your entire debug print out. It doesn't really take up much extra processing to have that debug function in there. It's a single jump to a new function and a single check for a variable check or a condition check. It doesn't take much processing power, so you don't really need to worry about it unless your map is already extremely CPU intensive, which this spawn wave every 1 second is not. If you're doing physics system, then once you're done with your system and you got everything working, you might want to remove all your debug print from it, at least for your public release. But for most maps, you can just